Hi everyone, and welcome to the 81st illustration of the 365 Days of Art challenge that I am currently working on. So in today's video I decided that I would talk because I think it's gonna be a bit long and the process is very simple, so I thought why not talk about something that you might be interested about. So I decided to talk about how I became an artist and how did I start it and how did I get here actually. So as everybody, I liked creating art for a long time. When I was little I was doing art. I think that just like everyone else, every child is very creative, I think, and I like to create art, and I felt like this is a time when I can do anything in terms of creating art, but it was like a different kind of dimension where I could be myself or where I could, it was like almost like it was like my word and I could get lost in it. And so I think that I didn't really have in the beginning an idea that I would become an illustrator or I would become an artist. I was doing art, it was very natural, and I still love to remember how it used to be, and I'm very lucky because I feel that I still have sometimes that feeling when I am creating art. So when I was little and I was in school, I remember that we had these specific subjects, and in the beginning teachers thought that it's a good idea, and I agreed with them that they would give us something to draw and they would teach us meanwhile. So they wanted to combine this creative process with learning as well. So I remember that we had a couple of classes where they just let us draw, and I really loved it. So while we were drawing, I remember that some of my classmates liked the way my drawings turned out, and they asked me to create the drawing for them. And I remember that there was a time when Sailor Moon was very trendy, and I remember that I used to create, in a breaks, I used to create like drawings of the characters. I don't even remember that, to be honest. But I remember that I was creating the characters and I was coloring them. It was like a really fun time, in the breaks for me. Or I don't even remember, but I know that my classmates noticed, and then they asked me to create for them drawings, and it was like I really loved it. I think it kind of confirmed me that I can continue doing this and getting better, and it was something that was very natural for me, and I really enjoyed it. So, and then this was the beginning of my art career, and later there was this girl. I don't even remember who was that. She was my classmate, and she was very good at drawing too, but she started to trace the characters of Sailor Moon from the magazines, and that was when my little project stopped because nobody wanted to get a drawing for me, because obviously my drawings weren't as good as the traced drawings from the magazine, and I was a bit heartbroken. I have to admit that I was like, oh my god, what just happened? But I was still drawing, but not Sailor Moon, and I was drawing whatever I liked. And I remember I don't know where, but I have a lot of drawings, and I don't even remember the topics of the drawing. I think I was drawing anything that came to my mind, and I love to draw singers that I liked, and I liked to It was like a complete experiment, because I didn't have to do it for anybody, so it was like a very, very free activity for me. So after that I picked up maths informatics as my main subject, because I was like very rational when I decided what to do next. And even though in my heart I knew that I liked art, but I still didn't want to commit to it because I didn't see that I can do anything with it, because I was always thinking about all these classic painters, and I was always remembering the bad stuff and I forgot that I'm not living in that century because we were in the 21st century. So I was doing maths informatics and I felt like it's not for me. It was very challenging, but I liked one part when we had to do some graphics, when we had to do some codings for graphics. I loved it and I was very motivated. And I remember that especially maths, which was not like, I didn't hate maths, because in the first 8 years of school I was very good at maths, but that time I felt like drawing in the back of my notebooks was very, very relaxing. And after that I finished maths and informatics and I felt like I haven't done at all anything, and I felt like I'm really at the bottom and I needed, when you lose hope, I've lost hope, and I felt like, okay, I'm not gonna pretend anymore that I'm not into art, and I'm gonna pursue art. So I started to take some classes, drawing classes, because I wanted to get into the university. And then I was doing graphic design at a university, and graphic design was very, very, very complex. We were doing everything, almost everything. And right in the first year, I knew that I liked illustration and I knew that I liked photography. So I was very, very determined that I want to do these things, these two at the same time. And I am actually doing them both in a way. After finishing the university, I started to work as a freelancer and I started to work with clients, and it was really great. I met clients that had really, really awesome ideas, and I was very happy that I could work on those projects. But I needed some time for myself and I needed to create art for myself, because as I was doing something that is someone else's dream, and I was neglecting my dream and my passion, I forgot why I started this. And when I started, when I was little, I had nothing to do with clients, and I somehow lost the taste of the whole painting and drawing and the passion. I knew that I have to take care of my art, and for the longest time I remember that I have these images in my mind and I need to put them on paper, because if I don't do that, my mind will be full of ideas that are never gonna come out, and it's like a constant brainstorming process in the background. So that's why I created this 365 days of art project. So I think that's all, and I hope you like it. Please let me know what you think, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you are new and if you haven't subscribed yet, because I'm gonna put up so many illustrations and so many processes and so many videos that it's gonna be amazing. And thank you so much for taking time to check out this video and listening to me. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.